What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode. Now, on this episode, I am going to be backtesting the NASDAQ100, okay? And I'm going to be using the MACD and the 200 moving average. And in this backtest, it's going to be a little different from all the other backtesting I've done before. So all the other backtesting, how I did it was basically we will just follow the indicator and use it more as a signal to get in and get out regardless of the trend. All right, now in this backtest we're going to be following the trend using the indicators, and hopefully we're going to be getting some fantastic results for you guys. So first things first is I want to customize the MACD down here a little. All right, so I want to do that. So I'm going to go into this thingamajig here. I'm going to bring in the settings, and what I want to do is I want to get rid of the MACD line, and I want to get rid of the signal line, and I only want to use the histogram, which is this over here. That's all I want to use, right? And then the inputs for the MACD is pretty much the same, so it's 12 and 26, which is the standard default, right? So I've made no changes there, so I'm going to keep that as it is, and then we're going to send this back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the moving average a little bit later, but first things first is I want to do a chop of where you want to backtest from. So let me cancel this for a minute. So I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the chart so I can't see where it is, right? And then I'm going to bring in the chop, and we're going to move the chart down a bit. It's gone too far back, so let's just chop it from, say, here somewhere. So we chop from here. We're going to go into the hourly, and then I'm going to bring the chart back up. Okay, there's the chart. Cool. And now that we've got the chart back up again, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to bring in the moving average, right? And you know what, I'm going to get rid of the one that I have. I'm just going to bring in a new one. Actually, you know what, we're just going to bring in a new one. What the hell? So we're just going to bring in the EMA, right? So I just pulled out the generic one, and we're going to be using the 200 EMA. Actually, I don't want to use this one. I don't want to use this one. Moving average exponential. Okay, that's the one I want. So there it is. It's on right now. So it's going to go into settings. Going to go into inputs. We're going to change that to 200. And we're going to set that to exponential. And we're going to set it to candle close, right? So that's the moving average there. Actually, let me give it the color that we're all familiar with. So we usually make this red, and that's that. Okay, so we've got the MACD at the bottom, and we've got the moving average at the top, and it's the 200 moving average exponential that we're using. Alright, so what the rules are of this game is simple. We're following the trend of the current market, which basically means if the candles are above the EMA, we're buying because it's an uptrend, and if the candles are below the EMA, we're selling because it's a downtrend. And then we're going to be using the MACD to place the most optimal trade based on where it is according to the moving average. So for example, the closer price gets to the moving average, right, the MACD histogram should give us a nice little red indicator at the bottom, little reds like what we're seeing over here, right, like these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in our buys, and the same thing when we're selling, we're going to be targeting these, right? Nice, simple, straightforward. So, and in regards to where we put our stop, we're going to put our stop just below the moving average. All right, so we're doing it on the hourly now. I don't know how long this thing is actually going to take in terms of how long this video is going to be, so this video could be quite lengthy. I strongly recommend you watch it all the way through, especially if you're new to trading and you're trying to figure out how to obviously get in and out of trade. When it comes to stops, you definitely want to think about your risk management. So that's something you want to bear in mind. Lot sizes, the size of your stops, etc. You want to have some of these rules in place. If you don't, there are tons of materials that I'm yet to produce, but you can already find on YouTube that will guide you through that process. Okay, so for the rule of this game, we're just going to be doing simple market buys. That's all we're going to be doing, market buys, and we're going to take advantage of that. So first things first, we're going to put in a trade because where market is right now is very close to the moving average. It hasn't crossed over. Okay, so we're just going to assume price is still going up, and we're going to bring our stop just below the moving average. Okay, and we're just going to go for, say, 1 to 5. So 1 to 5 ratio is what we're going to go for. And we're going to see what we get. So here we go. So far so good. So price is coming out of range. Okay, I wonder if we're gonna hit TP. See if you do. Okay, so we've got a TP hit, which is fantastic. That's it right here. So the first trade has gone very, very well. So now we just wait. Whoops. So now we wait. So I think that was the weekend, right? So we're in the new week now. Let's see what happens. Okay, that was a big gap to the top side. All right. Okay, so let's continue. I think I might speed this up a little. Okay, so everything is kind of close together now. So now we're looking for another buy, and we have the perfect situation down here in regards to the MACD histogram. So we're going to hit play. And then what we're going to do is quite close to these levels over here. It's quite close to the moving average. So we're going to jump in because you can see a return to the upside. Going to bring our stop just under, and this stop is actually quite large, 750 pips, so it's actually quite large. And we're going to do a 1 to 5 ratio again. So 1 to 5 ratio. Let's give that a go. Let's see what we get. That would have been the most optimal place to actually place that trade. So this is where discipline comes in, where obviously if you're able to wait for it to get to where it needs to get to and place your trades, it's just that much more better, and your stops can be that much tighter, right? So that's a little lesson that hopefully we can take into the real market. It's easy to call it out, but very hard to do. Very hard to do. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Things is definitely going our way. So we just expand this a little. And what you could do, right? So say if you was doing this in real life, right? Because this is something that I actually do. So if you watch my videos for any length of time, you know that one thing that I always do is I'm a super fan of the trailing stop, right? Super fan of the trailing stop. So what you could do is you could actually use the MACD as a guide to bring in your trailing stops. So let me make this a bit smaller. Okay, so for example, this pullback over here is in relation to a nice red histogram on the MACD, right? So if you brought your trailing stop down here, more or less it would be an area where you would consider entering the market if you was comfortable to, like if you was just super ambitious to get into the market, right? You could actually do that with the pullback down to when the histogram goes into a negative. Okay, so for me personally, I use that as my trailing stop. So I lock in what I've already gained, right? So if market goes below this line, we can effectively say we've lost the trade. But in real time, this is what I would do in real life. But for the sake of this back test, we're only interested in price hitting our TP and price hitting our stop loss. So we're going to get rid of that, but I just thought I'd add that in there, okay, for you guys if you didn't use that kind of system. It's a system I always use. Okay. Alright, so far so good. And if you watch the videos for, especially my videos, in how I actually analyze the charts, you will see that this area right here is an interesting one. I'm not actually going to put anything on this chart right now to show you guys, but what I would do is I would encourage you to go and watch all of my other live technical analysis videos on the live markets, where you will see what we normally identify this particular structure as and how I navigate through it. So this is something worth you clicking on. The videos that will appear around here, here, and here at the end of this video. All right, useful information in those. Okay, so let's see. It's getting super close. It's getting super close. Is it gonna do it? Boom. And we've got a TP hit. I'm literally giving you all my secrets. I'm literally giving you all my secrets. But that's what it's about. That is what it's about. I'm here to obviously help you guys out in regards to trading. It can be a bit tedious, and it's not nice when obviously you're just losing upon losing, and you don't really have a really good system as to how you can get yourself out of it. So we've got another TP hit. So now what we're basically doing is we're now going to wait to see if we get some kind of pullback to the moving average, okay, and it confirms against the histogram of the MACD. So these are the two things we're now waiting for now. Or we could just jump in, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, because let me just go back, because this entry that we got here, it was good, but we had too much risk on our side, too much risk, okay, right? And we literally had no choice. We had to keep our stop this big in regards to where the moving average was. So moving forward, the best thing to do is we're going to try to be a little bit patient and take trades as it gets closer to the moving average. Now, the downside is we could get into a trade and it could actually break through the moving average. That's the risk we're going to have to take, because in the market, in the markets, it's not really that straightforward to get continuous wins all the time. Yeah, you're going to lose some and win some. But the main thing is how you win and how you lose. That's the most important thing. How do you win and how do you lose? All right. So we've got two trades that have worked out really, really, really well. Let me speed this up a bit. Okay. So normally at this level, no lie, I would have put in a buy. Okay, but it went too far, so I missed it. I actually wanted to make that mistake. I really did. But obviously I haven't. So we're now looking for sells, right? And the sells, we're looking for them in accordance to this, right? In accordance to the histogram of the MACD, where it is. If it's in the green, but the candles are under the moving average, then we're going to be taking sells, right? That's how we want to do it. But the main thing is that we want to make sure that it rises to as high as the to the moving average, so obviously we can get the most optimum sells. Now let's go. Okay, so it's under, it's just about to cross over, okay, and it's optimum in regards to what the MACD is telling us. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a sell right here. It could be wrong, but either way. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cover these wicks over here, but the main thing is that our stop is above the moving average, and our TP we're going to do 1 to 5. Nice and humble. 1 to 5, a nice simple scalping strategy, and let's see how well we do. So far it's looking really good. I mean, not good, it's not looking great at all. I don't know, I think it's gonna hurt me. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so we're out. So we're out of this trade. We've taken a loss. We've had 2 wins and 1 loss. And the wins far outweigh what we just taken over here. That's the kind of results we want. When we lose, our losses are minimal, and when we win, it's huge. So now we're going to look at this overall structure over here, right? Actually, do you know what? We're going to keep it as it is. We're just going to keep it as it is. I was going to do something else, but I'll save that for another video. Okay, so just keep it as it is. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in another sell. So we've lost that one, but it's still underneath. And as long as it's underneath, we're putting in sells, right? And if you look at where the sell is, we're taking it right in according to the MACD in regards to where we're taking it according to the histogram. Because it's not every trade we can win. But I think we can do quite well with this system. So 1 to 5 again. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get it, and let's see if it stings us. Okay, so it done its day. It done its day. So let me just have a look. Let me go back. Okay, so now just gonna wait for price to pull back down again to the moving average, and then we're gonna go with another trade. So it's gonna break down at some point. Okay. We could have taken it here, but I wanted it to be closer. Showing me pause. Just speed it up a little. Okay. So it's come close again. It's come close again. And I'm going to stick in the buy. Just under, say about this much. And we're going to cover this whole situation up here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so far so good. Boom. So we just got another TP hit. So all of that loss that we took before. So the losses that we got over here, we've made back, right? Where did we actually make? Yeah, we've made it back. We've made it back. We made it back over here. Yeah, we made it back. We made back all our losses so far. And now we're gonna wait again for another pullback to the moving average. Okay, so this is where we got it right now. It's actually crossed under. So at this stage right now, I could take the trade, right, in hope that it's going to return. So if this was me doing this, I have to use my discretion in regards to what I think could happen. And at this stage, because of the power of this wick to the downside, I am going to assume price is only going to go lower. Okay, now this is a risky move on my part, so I'm going to cover all of this, which is super dangerous, by the way. And we're going to go for 125. 125. Right, and I'm only doing that because of the strength of this wick to the downside. I'm assuming that price is only going to continue to push down even lower, right? And taking the sell where it is, actually, do you know what? I'm not even going to take the sell. We're going to jump out of it. Why? Because I'm waiting for the histogram when it's in the positive to take that sell. So basically I have to wait. I literally have to wait. Okay. So now the histogram is in the positive. See, I knew it was going to break down. I literally knew it was going to break down. But it just made our life a little bit easier because we have the histogram to help us make that decision. So we're going to cover these stops up here. We're going to do a nice little 1 to 5. And let's see what market gives us. Wow. TP hit. Boom. Okay. So now we've got that. Now we're going to wait. We're going to wait for price to get as close to the moving average as possible. And for the histogram to confirm that move for us. And then we're going to get straight back in again. So it's come up and it's gone back down, but we need it to get as close to this as possible before we take the next sell. Or it needs to close above. But in all fairness, I would have taken this trade over here. Okay. So now I'm going to go off on a hunch. Actually, you know what? We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I see bad habits trying to creep in. Literally, as I'm doing this backtest, I'm seeing opportunities in here where I literally would have just taken risk, and it would have worked out. It literally would have worked out. But at the same point, I'm not trying to share with you bad habits that could result in you blowing your account. Okay, so we're getting super close. Okay. So at this level, I would go in with another sell. Put my sell right here. I'll put my stop right above here. And we're gonna do 1 to 5 again. Gonna do a 1 to 5 ratio. Let's see if we get anything. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh. I thought it was gonna do me dirty. No, it still could. It still could. I don't like how it's building up. I don't like it one bit. No, 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 please don't. Okay. Woo! Another TP hit. So guys, as you can see, we're actually not doing bad at all. We're actually not doing bad at all. We've lost 2 trades and we've won 1, 2. So we've won 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So okay, let's carry on. So now what we're doing is waiting for it to get as close to the MACD as possible. Okay, come on, one more time, one more time, one more time. Push up one more time, one more time, one more time. Okay. Okay, we could have done something here, but it wasn't close enough. So, okay, just let that play on. Okay. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna take this sell. Our stop has to be really big though. Actually, you know, we're not gonna take this sell for the sake of the video, because obviously we want price to get as close to this as possible. But this is a sell I would take. Personally, I would take this sell. But we're not gonna do that for the sake of this video. So we're just gonna, but we are gonna take that one though. We're 100% gonna take this one. So we've taken that. And like I said, I called it when it got there, so you're gonna have to give me a pass on that, guys. Right, this is not cheating. This is not cheating. Alright, so let's go. Okay. We're gonna get TP hit. Actually, wait. Yeah, the ratio is too high. It should be 1-5. So we got a TP hit on that one, but obviously I misjudged it a little bit. So we got a TP hit on that one. Our stop would have been 1-5 ratio. We wouldn't have gotten all of that. Alright, so now let's continue. What date are we on? So we're on March 2020 right now. I think I'm going to do one more entry, and then we're just going to call this a day. And then you guys can obviously go and practice this out on your own charts. And if you don't have TradingView, there's a link in the description that you can use to obviously set up TradingView, right? And it's completely free to use, but there are options where you will have to put it. Okay, there is an option in TradingView for you to make a purchase should you wish to do so. I'm on the pro plan as we speak, right? And for me, it is absolutely worth it. I'm not telling you what to do. You might enjoy the free version, and you can have the free version forever, or you might want to get the pro version. I personally use the pro version. Okay, so that link is in the description. So please go ahead, hit that if you think you could benefit of using TradingView. And also, don't forget to drop us to hit the subscribe button as well if you find the content useful, right? Make sure you do that. Okay, so we're getting there. Cool. So this is now looking good. Let's bring this down a bit. Okay, so I'm going to put in a sell right about now. I'm going to put in a sell. And we're going to do 1-5 ratio, and I think I'm going to end this video here, because where are we? We are in 2020. Other than that, this is going to go on forever. This is going to go on forever. Okay, so we're going to cover this area over here, and we want to do a 1-5 again. 1-5. Let's see what we get. Boom. Okay. So guys, let me just make this smaller so you all can see. Using the MACD and the 200 moving average can be super effective, and as you can see, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, and we only lost 2 right here. Alright, so that's it for now. If you found the content useful, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. And don't forget to watch the videos over here as well, which is also super useful and will help you with your trading journey. So for now, this is Pips and Points signing out, and I'll see you in the next video, which is either this one over here, this one over here, or this one over here. All right, guys, have an awesome day.